مرحبا يا جماعة أهلا وسهلا اسمي Alexis Abdullah BenKori. Greeting everybody, my name is Alexis Abdullah BenKori. While I thought this would be my final resting place when I purchased these three plots, I'm not buried here. My gravesite is in Florida, but I'm getting ahead of myself. I came to Forest Grove in 1906 to teach modern languages at Pacific University. I brought my American wife Dolly and our first daughter Dorothy. Dolly, her full name was Myrtle Dollie McCoy. Dolly and I married in Iowa. Our first daughter Dorothy was born in 1904. I myself was born February 10, 1884 in Tripoli, one of the largest maritime cities in modern-day Lebanon. When quite young, I was sent to the religious Patriarchal College near Beirut. Making remarkable progress, I was soon sent to Rome to attend the Greek Pontifical College, where I excelled. I took first prize in Latin poetry and oration, in Greek languages, and modern languages. For this honor, I was applauded before all the students, over 2,000, plus many priests, bishops, and archbishops, and even the cardinal. This was the highest honor bestowed on any student. After 4.5 years in Rome, I came with my parents to the United States, attended Hiram College in Ohio, and then Drake University. I became chair of languages at Atlantic Christian College in North Carolina. My work was very successful and I received the affection and regard of both faculty and students. I speak and teach German, French, Spanish, Italian, modern Greek, and Arabic. In 1906, I came to Pacific University very highly recommended. It was said that perhaps there's no one superior in this country in Semitic and modern languages. Early in my time in Forest Grove, I paid a visit to the local newspaper and subscribed to the Washington County News. Much to my surprise, I enjoyed a lively chat with the editor. The rest of the office had no chance to interrupt as the whole conversation was in French. Dolly and I were popular in the Forest Grove community. The newspaper often noted our activities. Of course, social news was much more common in these days. We used to chaperone student activities like Halloween parties, where it was reported that another professor and I vied in magic stunts, and I was voted a capital storyteller. Do you remember the movie Ben-Hur? The newspaper even reported when my wife and I took a trip to Portland to see it. That would be the 1907 version in black and white. I was sought after as a speaker around town, giving inspirational speeches at the high school and giving lectures on Roman architecture, Christianity, and matters of the Orient at the Congregational Church. Early in 1908, the new Men's Brotherhood of the First Congregational Church elected me to be vice president. I also served as a secretary to the local Holbrook Masonic Lodge. And today you'll meet some of my friends from the university's archery club. Tragedy struck in 1909 when my wife delivered our second daughter, who died at birth. It is her grave that is here, Anna Myrtle BenKori. Since we were planning to stay in Forest Grove, we purchased these three grave sites. We also purchased a home in what is the South Park area, known now as Old Town, from Robert Edmondson. The newspaper reported that I, like all the other teachers at the university, believe it's a good investment to buy Forest Grove real estate. I think it probably still is. In 1909, I was honored to speak at the big Willamette Chautauqua Assembly, which was sort of like a big TED conference. I told thousands of people the truth about the recent upheaval of the Ottoman Empire in Turkey, things that the local press did not cover. Do you know Abigail Scott Duniway, that famous suffragist? She was a speaker there the year before. I took leave of absence from Pacific University in 1913. First, I went to Washington, D.C. to receive my diplomatic credentials. Then with my wife Dolly, our daughter Dorothy, as well as my mother, brother, and sister-in-law, I headed to San Domingo to study Old French. Even after we left, the newspapers reported about us, about the letter I wrote back to our Forest Grove friends in March of 1914. Shortly after we arrived overseas, war broke out, and I was able to use my language skills and talents for the French army. In 1917, our daughter Grace Marie was born, and in 1919, I served as a translator to President Woodrow Wilson at the Treaty of Versailles. After the war, I worked at the State Normal School for Teachers in Gunnison, Colorado, and then in 1920 I moved to Westminster College of Fulton, Missouri. Do you know that same year, tuition fees were increased from $75 to $108? More importantly, my son Alexis Jr. was born there in 1921. Just a few years later, in 1925, at the age of 41, I passed away in Florida, where my remains are buried. Dolly died in 1969 at the age of 85. She was also buried in Florida, leaving these two grave sites of ours empty, next to our daughter Anne Myrtle BenKori. May she rest in peace, and may her soul be eternal. Allahu yarhamha, ruha abadiyya.